Dear Minister Bash, dear Commissioner Fule, His Excellency Mark Pierini and His Excellency Volkan Bozkır, esteemed Presidents Hisar Cıklıoğlu and Pat Cox, dear colleague and Rector Güven, least but not least, distinguished guests, colleagues and representatives of civil society. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to Istanbul, a city of layers with a history of dating back to almost 3,000 years. Having served as the capital city of Roman, Byzantine, and Latin and Ottoman empires, Istanbul has now become Europe's most populous city and continues to serve as Turkey's cultural and financial capital, and has also become one of the leading centers of entertainment in Europe. We have a rather remarkable lineup of speakers with us this afternoon. I'd just like to make a few brief remarks in order not to take away time from them and say a few words of thanks and gratitude. Today, Turkey is undoubtedly going through one of its most significant political, social, and economic transformations. And this transformation presents the Turkish civil society with a new set of challenges and mandates. One of the traits that set Turkey apart from many other political systems of the Middle East, and for that matter, the developing world, is the ground she gained in accumulating a hard-won experience in orderly transitions of power through elections and democratic processes. A cursory look at the current boiling pots of the Middle East will help us understand how valuable that political experience is. Turkey is now in the process of coming of age of civil society and its organizations. This undoubtedly adds a great value to an already hard-won experience in democratic processes. It makes Turkish democratic experience even more relevant in a politically unsettled neighborhood. The transformation of civil society and its organizations in Turkey has not been enabled solely through the impact of the European Union. This transformation dates back to late 70s. Each decade since then, civil society organizations have played more and more an important role in Turkish political and social life. European Union, however, has been a very strong catalyst. Between 1963 and 1995, Turkey and EU relations mainly focused on trade and lacked a social dimension. With the 1999 Helsinki summit, Turkey became a candidate country and in 2001 accepted the Copenhagen criteria. Since then, governments have been eager to conform to EU demands. Legislative reform packages involving amendments concerning civil society have passed. New and vast financial resources for civil society emerged, accompanied by new channels to affect policy making at national and at EU levels. In many years of service to the third sector in Turkey, I can quite confidently say that I am seeing more groundbreaking initiatives and organizations displaying leadership. And I remain confident that this trend will continue, elevating the Turkish third sector to new heights. I'm proud to say that the Third Sector Foundation of Turkey, with its mission to promote the health of the third sector in Turkey, has made some important contributions in this light, and that EU accession process has been an underlying theme for TÜSEV in all its programs. Our significant efforts in pursuing reform of foundations and associations law have had an impact in creating more enabling environment for civil society in Turkey. We are happy for what we have achieved so far. Yet, more reforms are needed. During past years, the importance of civil society-public relationships has been noticed by all partners and became one of the major issues in Turkey. Although positive developments have been achieved, more reforms and especially courageous initiatives are necessary at this very moment in order for us to carry Turkish civil society as well as the public sector forward. Therefore, we are happy to host a conference with this topic in Turkey. It will give a spur to spur forward to an already ongoing process in the development of civil society, public authority, dialogue, and networking. As TÜSEV, that is the Third Sector Foundation, we try to catalyze this process through our activities, advocacy, and publications. Our research and publications reached thousands of people in Turkey and abroad, serving to create a more informed discussion about the current state of the sector in Turkey. Our international relations have guided the application of new concepts and practices in Turkey, such as recent initiatives and experiments in community foundations and social enterprises. They have also led to creation of common platforms to exchange best practices and ideas. Bringing premier events on the global calendar of academicians, researchers, and practitioners of the third sector, such as the European Foundation Center and the International Society for Third Sector Research, TÜSEV has facilitated much needed cooperation between Turkish civil society organizations and their international counterparts. It is for this very reason that we believe that this international conference will serve as a catalyst to take the recent developments in Turkish government and third sector cooperation and dialogue to new heights. I'd like to end this brief address by expressing my gratitude to Mr. Egemen Bağış, Turkish Minister of the European Affairs and Chief Negotiator, and Mr. Stefan Füle, the European Commissioner in charge of enlargement and the European Neighborhood Policy, for making time in their very busy schedule for this event. We are grateful to Mr. Rifati Sarcıklıoğlu, President of the Union of Chambers and Commodity Exchanges of Turkey, Foreign Economic Relations Board, and Deputy President of Euro Chambers, for honoring us with his presence. A special heartfelt thanks is due to Professor Dr. Halil Güven, Rector of Bilgi University and Bilgi University's Leadership and Board of Trustees, for hosting us on this campus, symbolizing the innovative spirit of Bilgi University. Let me add that Bilgi University, like many other universities founded and established by foundations, is the product of innovativeness of Turkish civil society. We are grateful to Mr. Pat Cox, President of the European Movement International, for agreeing to have this meeting in Istanbul. I would also like to thank TÜSEV's members, donors, and boards for their continuing support, and TÜSEV and European Movement's dedicated staff and volunteers for making it all happen. I hope that this conference will stimulate you all on an intellectual and cultural level, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Professor Ergüder.